Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For those who are new, my name is Olivia, and I've been a type 1 diabetic for about 20 years, and I'm bringing you along here with me on YouTube to follow my health journey as a type 1 diabetic, so that way I can also help you guys out in return. I love the diabetic community, and today I am bringing you guys along with me for what I eat meal-wise in the day. I am the mom of 2 toddlers, so my life is very chaotic. So for the most part, my meals revolve around convenience. So in the morning, I started with a yogurt bowl. For lunch, I had a nice tuna wrap. And for dinner, I'm currently making my family chicken and broccoli with baked potatoes. Now, I did not bring you along on my snacks today. If you're interested in seeing what I typically snack on, because I am a huge snacker, please leave in the comment below. But regardless, it would really, really help me out if you guys would give this video a big thumbs up. Stick around to the end of the video. Tell me at the end what you thought of my 3 recipes today, eating as a type 1 diabetic. I am trying to stick to a lower carb diet, and I hope you guys get some great inspiration from my meal today. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the end. Good morning, everyone. So this morning I made myself a peanut butter berry yogurt parfait because it is the absolute easiest thing to make when I have 2 toddlers who are constantly crying at my feet. And all you do is put your Light and Fit yogurt in with some fruit that you like. I put strawberries, bananas, and blueberries and top it with peanut butter, and it was absolutely delicious. My son did not love it. However, my daughter was absolutely obsessed, and I'll pop in a video of that in a second. But breakfast was a hit, very diabetic friendly, low carb, delicious. And yeah, like I said, my daughter absolutely loves it. So she actually helped me eat the whole thing. So I gotta love that because it's the only way I can get the kid to eat fruit. So yeah. As for my son, like I said, he 100% had no interest in eating any of it. Okay, guys, it's now lunchtime, and if you're wondering why I'm doing a voiceover for my breakfast and lunch, it's just because I have toddlers at home that are typically crying and making a huge ruckus of the house, so I figured it'd be easier to record me talking through what I'm doing in my video later on. Anywho, for lunch today, I am making a tuna wrap, and I'm using that Hellmann's dressing that's a zesty Italian flavor, and if you haven't tried that yet, it is very low calorie and super delicious, and I just mixed that in with a can of tuna, used a Mission carb balance tortilla, and put provolone cheese, the tortilla, and tuna, and some lettuce, rolled it up into a burrito, and it was a delicious, high-protein, very yummy lunch. And like I said, try the Hellmann's Zesty Italian. 35 calories for 1 tablespoon is super low calorie, and it adds a ton of flavor to the tuna. And if you're a tuna lover like me, then you will absolutely be obsessed. I absolutely promise you. So I am rolling my burrito up. And like I said, I have 2 crying toddlers, and that's why I chose another really super simple meal to make for myself because my kids do not like to see me sit down. Okay, guys, welcome to my dinner. As you can see, I'm a little bit more, I feel like I look a little bit more, put together now than I did for breakfast and lunch, but I have 2 toddlers, so yeah, you never know what you're going to get with parents who have toddlers. Regardless, tonight for dinner, I'm making something that probably everyone has made. It's very diabetic friendly, very delicious, and I have my own method of doing it, so that's why I'm taping it. And what I'm making is chicken and broccoli, but I'm not making the chicken and broccoli that you would order from a Chinese restaurant. It is just a very flavorful chicken and broccoli dish. And my husband's stepdad is the one who taught me how to make it because when I was pregnant with my son, chicken tasted weird to me. And my husband's stepdad was the only person who could make chicken that actually tasted good to me. So he taught me how to make his version of chicken and broccoli, which was super, super delicious. So let's get into it. How I started was I'm going to pan-sear chicken cubes and some onion. You don't have to put onion in yours, but I love onion and garlic flavors, so I'm adding fresh onion in mine. And I'm going to sear that on my stovetop until the chicken starts to get brown, but maybe isn't 100% cooked through. In my pan, I have butter and olive oil that's heating up. And once I put my chicken in, I'm going to put a splash of water and put a lid on to kind of pan fry / steam the chicken. So my pan is heating up right now. I'm just cutting my chicken into cubes, like little bite-sized cubes. I am gonna feed this to my toddlers, so I don't want it to be huge chunks. I want it to be something that they wouldn't choke on. So kind of like, you know, not too big, but a nice size. And I'm gonna pan sear this up with that. And once I put my chicken into the pan, before I add the water, I'm going to season it. I'm gonna season it with Italian seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika. And my husband's stepdad, I'll just call my father-in-law. My father-in-law basically said that the more you season the chicken, the better it is. My stepfather is from Jamaica, and he just knows how to make such good food. And I don't know if it's because he's Jamaican or what it is, but I'm telling you, this meal is absolutely delicious and super low carb, because all it really is pan-fried chicken and some broccoli. So I have it all cut up right there, and my butter and my olive oil is getting hot. I have my heat at medium-high heat. And as a side note, to go with my chicken and broccoli dinner, I did baked potatoes, because I want to deck my baked potato out with sour cream, butter, bacon, and cheese. You cannot have a baked potato unless you're going to completely go all out with it. So that's what I'm doing with mine, needless to say. I'm going to throw my chicken and my onion on into my pan. And I'm going to let that fry for a few minutes before I put my water in. There we go. And then once, like I said, once the chicken is about like 75% of the way cooked, I'm going to throw in the broccoli. So right now, I'm going to start cutting up the 2 broccoli florets that I bought. I will show you, it is a lot of broccoli, so I'm going to get to cutting this up and let my chicken go at it, and then I will pop back in when I show you me adding my... I did want to turn around just to show you guys how obnoxiously I seasoned my chicken, and what I put in mine was garlic powder, paprika, a ton of salt, pepper, parsley, and curry powder. And I know that sounds like a very weird combination, but I literally just looked into my spice cabinet and said, I'm going to put in whatever this chicken that speaks to me. And this is what spoke to me today, and it smells fantastic. So season your chicken however you feel fit. Okay guys, so my chicken is about 70% of the way done. I have all of my broccoli, 2 florets, cut up into smaller pieces, and I do want to say that I cut them up pretty small, because I'm pretty much going to steam them just for a few minutes and let kind of the heat in the pan already finish cooking them. And I don't want them to be too soggy or too crunchy. I hate crunchy broccoli. So I'm going to take the lid off, and I'm going to toss the broccoli in there. I did add a splash of water to the pan, so I have my seasonings, my chicken that's, you know, probably 80% of the way cooked, and then a splash of water. And the water in the pan is what's going to steam the broccoli. And I'm just going to toss all this in here. And what I love about this dish is it's like, first off, it doesn't have all, it's controllable. You don't have to put all the sodium in it like you would for, you know, Chinese chicken and broccoli. You can make this salt-free. You can make it whatever flavor you want. And you saw what seasonings I added into mine. I took my father-in-law's approach, and I just add as much seasonings as humanly possible. This is what it looks like. I'm going to add another splash of water so I know it gets nice and steamed. There we go. And I'm going to bring this pan up in temperature and let it get a steam in. I put my lid on top so that way the heat can stay in there and steam. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this kind of steam and boil for about 5 to 8 minutes, and then turn the heat off. But I'm going to leave the lid on so that way it can kind of finish steaming, but without the heat coming from the bottom of the pan. So that's pretty much it. And like I said, I made baked potatoes with dinner, but you could serve this with any side. You can make pasta with it. You can make rice. You could make literally any side your heart desires, but today baked potatoes were just speaking to me, so that's what we're having tonight. So I will show you at the end what my finished product will look like. So I let the pan sit there with the lid on it for about 5 to 10 minutes. So the broccoli seems to be all steamed to my liking. The chicken's all done. Everything smells absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to dig in. So let's see how my plate looks. So here's my dinner right here. I have my chicken and broccoli, as well as a delicious, yummy, loaded baked potato. And that's the part I'm most excited for. So make sure you give this dinner a try. Super easy and super delicious. I just wanted to thank you guys for coming along with me today. I know that today I did not make anything new. I did not make anything that has never been tried before. But I made something that works for me in my diabetic lifestyle, being a proud mom of 2 toddlers. I know that there's a lot of people out there struggling with their diet, making sure they're getting the nutrients they need, getting things that are healthier in them. So I just wanted to show you what works for me in my busy lifestyle.